Alright, today we're going to talk about the woodshed that I'm building. Normally when I got a fire pit out back in the backyard that I do fires with, and lots of times it'll rain and I got wet wood and I want to have a fire and I can't have a fire, so I want to build a woodshed to put some firewood in, and that way it'll always be dry, so no matter when I want to have a fire I can always have one. So right now what I'm doing is storing some wood in the garage here, and where my fire pit is out here in the backyard. And if any of you follow me on Facebook, then you know I got a nice fire pit out here that we do, and I got my wood pile right here. Pay no attention to that scrap right there, but usually this sits here and it'll get wet, and I want to have this woodshed so at any time I want to have a fire I can have a fire. I also got a charcoal grill here, and I store all my stuff for the charcoal grill in the garage in here. And so I'm trying to build a woodshed that will store my charcoal stuff and some dry wood. I've come a long way. I thought about making this video before well, I started making the woodshed before I even thought about making the video for it, so thanks Jeff for suggesting that. What I started with was a 27-inch by 27-inch wooden skid that my fire pit came on a few months ago, and built basically from scratch without any plans, just kind of trying to figure out how I was going to put this thing together. So let me get her up on in and I'll explain some of the things that I did. Alright, we'll start from the bottom and work our way up. What I did first was I got a lot of scrap skid wood from work. Some of the skids come in pretty good shape and can come apart pretty easy if they're done with the right nails rather than staples. So I scrapped a bunch of skid wood from work, and to try to cut the cost on the project I'm using that. So first off, what I did is I filled in the skid that I had with wood planks to build a base for that, and then basically just kind of did it like a house. I got wood 2x4s surrounding the bottom for the base, and then I just build up off of that. I got 4 columns for the sides, and that comes up, and I got a shelf on it. The bottom part of it is going to be for the wood that I want to keep dry, and then I've got another shelf in it for my charcoal stuff that I'm going to store up on the second shelf. And then I build a roof, which I'm pretty freaking psyched about, because I cut all the angles and things on that for a 412 pitch on a roof and calculated that out, and I was pretty happy with myself for being able to do that. All the wood is scrap wood that I had laying around, or the skid wood, except for the 2x4s that I bought. I had a piece of plywood in my shed that was scrapped from some other project, so I'm using that, and I've also got another piece that I built the front door for it out of. That's that. This has 3/4 inch plywood and has some reinforced 2x4s on the back that I'm going to be using to strap the hinges into to make sure that it's nice and sturdy. That door there probably weighs, probably 50 pounds or so, so it's going to be pretty heavy duty. The roof will be shingled at some point when I get that done. But basically I'm down to now, I'm going to hang the door last, and I'm doing the clapboard siding. I took these boards here and went to the neighbor's table saw and basically took a L-shaped piece out of the board so I can set it up for clapboard siding. I'll show you. I've got the first couple of pieces. I had to do some test runs to make sure that I was getting the right exposure. On the back side here is where I've started. I've got a 3/4 by 1 inch little furring strip to make this bottom piece stick out, and then I'll just work my way up from there. I will, and that gives you a nice clapboard look to it. The left, right, and back sides will be clapboard siding, and then the door will be a hinged door that will open from the left side here and expose everything that's inside. As I get more of this done, I will show you some more video on how it's coming together. And I'm sorry I got a late start on it, but I wish I could have shown a few more things as I was getting it put together. But so far I'm real satisfied with how it's looking, and we're going to set her back by the fire pit when it's done. It'll be a nice place to store my stuff, and so I don't have to keep traipsing into the garage or always have dry wood for my fire. So I'll be back in a little bit. Alright, so first off, this thing ain't going to be a work of art. I'm doing it all by hand. I'm measuring stuff, but as far as square and something that looks perfect, that's not the goal. The goal is to make something economical and save a little money, and I like working with this kind of stuff anyway. So what I've got is I've cut a few pieces of board to length. This is my clapboard here, and how that is going to go is I'm nailing that at the very tops, and then the clapboard will come down over that and cover up that nail and leave the right amount of exposed material there. I've got 4 boards cut, and I'll add to this, and you can see how it's going to progress. Okay, so I got those 4 boards down, and it's kind of showing you how that's progressing along the way there. You can see how the boards are overlapping on the side here, and we're going to go to town on it now. Alright, the back side is done. We got 2 sides to go, and then we'll put the door on and the roof, and we'll be done. Two sides are now complete. 1 more side to go, and then the front door and the roof. Alright, so I got all 3 sides done, and I got the front door on. Nice heavy duty hinges, and I am starting the roof. Shingle the roof, and I got some stain, and we'll be done. Alright, so it's all done pretty much. I got 1 coat of stain on it. I'll probably do 1 more coat tomorrow, but it's completely done. I got all sides there. Looks exactly the way I wanted it to. Got my shingle job going there, and we'll show you what it looks like on the inside here. Ta-da! Got my shelf there for my charcoal. Got my shelf there for my wood, and then I'll probably put a couple hooks on the inside of the door for my barbecue utensils, and I'll be good to go. Alright, so everybody's been teasing me it looks like an outhouse, and I need to put a moon on the front and a piece of PVC coming out the back just for shits and giggles. I don't think I'm going to do that, but anyway, it was a fun project. It turned out exactly the way I wanted, and I'm pretty happy with the results. It's a great day for America, everybody. Don't forget, like and subscribe.